Welcome to Flicks on Tap.
Welcome.
I want a new theme song, you're right.
Yeah, that theme song's lame. Sorry, folks. We're going to step that one up.
Yeah, we've been talking about it.
Start the podcast off.
We're getting right into it, huh?
Yeah, it hit us with the best shot.
As you said, we're going to discuss switching up that theme song. But in the meantime, Evan almost killed himself with a can. It's called Brain Melter Hazy Imperial IPA from
Whoa,
Firestone.
I didn't even think about that. I would have melted my brain if I just smashed it against my head there.
Yeah, dude, exactly. That's why I thought it was pretty fun.
I didn't do that on purpose.
I know. I wanted to jump into it because I know you haven't even looked at these yet. Anyways, let's get these cracked open so we can get the movie talk going. We have an interesting one coming up this episode.
It's a juicy one. All right.
So let's pour these.
Good job cracking into the mic.
Hazy. Pouring into a Pilsner glass today. No specific reason other than the rest were not clean. We did not.
This is actually the glass that we have on our
what?
On our logo, right?
Oh,
it's a Pilsner.
I think you're right. I think it is. I haven't. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I haven't paid attention in a while, but I think you're right. Ooh, nice pour on both of ours. Look at yours.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
All right. So.
Well, we got cheers. I got to
take
cheers.
Let's take a cheers.
Okay.
Cheers. All right.
Okay.
So
good foam.
This is an 8.5 Hazy Imperial.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's very good.
You can tell it's hazy just from looking at it if you're watching our video, which a lot of people do at this point over the podcast. We were just talking about that. Very nice orange color, very thick, not translucent whatsoever. We have a nice, about an inch of head at the top. Nice and foamy, nice and bubbly. Evans looks like he may be getting some lacing coming in soon.
Yeah.
We'll see the same with mine.
See.
Any second, I'm assuming. But it's a good beer right off the bat. Extremely sweet.
Wow.
Which is good. The Owen Wilson wow threw me, dude. I wasn't expecting that. But it's exactly what you'd expect from something called a Hazy Imperial. Very sweet, but it also packs like a punch. It's kind of similar if you've had a Voodoo Ranger Juice Force almost, which I've gotten kind of sick of because I've had so many of them. But it's a good, refreshing beer to sip on and have a little conversation over. Yeah,
it tastes really good. I'm starting to really think I like hazies. I think that's just something I've declared. I'm declaring, but man, it's not over the barreling sweet. It's just right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Easy to sip on. We got a QR code, which we're realizing more and more so that is, the best way I think to advertise things.
That's cool. We'll check that out later and let you guys know if it actually works for once.
We're probably gonna get some QR codes on our business
experience.
card. Oh yeah, that was a whole thing.
That was a whole thing. That sucked.
I totally didn't make that connection, man.
Yeah. I looked at it and I was just like, I hope it works.
Yeah.
We'll test it out. These are newer beers. I haven't seen these before.
Yeah.
So I think it should work.
I think you're right too, man. They look really cool. They almost have a retro coloring to it.
Yeah, it's a orange, purple.
Yeah,
bluish.
8.5 hitter.
So this is like
it's a little.
What do you call it? I don't know what you call it. Like a spin-off of their original Mind Hazy IPA, which
I love that
I don't know. Beer. We had that one right before we started. So tonight we're doing a double Mind Haze thing. We're going for another Mind Haze spin-off after this one. But we've already had the original one before we started filming, just to kind of loosen up a little bit.
Oh, what?
We're doing triple Mind Haze tonight.
What the heck? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I just made it up like that. It was a 12-pack that I found at the Smith's here, which is our grocery store. So, triple Mind Haze tonight. We already had the regular one. What'd you think of the regular one?
Regular one was great.
It's a good beer. I like it. I actually kind of like it better than this one. Because it has a little more of the hoppy notes coming through as opposed to the sweet notes, which I
see.
Like
I see what you're saying.
So we'll see how the last one compares to these two. But this one is very sweet compared to the original Mind Haze if you had that.
Okay.
Anyways, let's get this conversation about this movie going. I had a fun time with the movie, so I hope the conversation goes the same way. This
coloring of this can actually, I feel like, goes well with the movie we're about to talk about. And that movie is a reimagination of Roadhouse. If you haven't heard of it, I'd be surprised if you haven't. You're probably living under a rock.
Point, yeah.
Just because the marketing for it's all over. If you have Amazon Prime, it's number, I don't know if it's number one, but it's in your face.
Up there. It's definitely up there.
You log in, it's
everywhere.
like Roadhouse.
And if you're a UFC fan, you've been getting like ads and trailers for it from their Instagram for a while. Because their golden boy, Conor McGregor, is one of the stars alongside Jake Gyllenhaal, which... I'm not going to go ahead and say this was a good movie, but it was a fun movie.
It was a fun movie.
We had a blast watching it.
Yeah, what would you rate it in terms of overall enjoyment out of 10? 10 being like this is a flame fire movie.
I mean, I had a great time. I'd give it a 7 just out of enjoyment.
Yeah.
The 3 missing points for me just comes from the fact that it's cheesy. It's not very cinematic. Other than that, great movie. Fantastic. We were dying of laughter just from the stupid little things. We were making jokes. We were taking in their jokes. We were watching the action. We were in awe. Like the movie got some reactions out of us, which I've said before, when a piece of cinema can get a reaction out of an audience member, that it's doing its job. So when there was some outrageous action and we'd react to it, I felt good about it. So it's a good time. And I'm seeing a lot of bad reviews for it, but I feel like these people are going into this movie too seriously.
Yeah, and I think you have to go into it. Oh well, that's obviously here, but I think the actor. I heard Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor on Conor's first podcast ever was Armchair Expert, but they were talking about like, we know this isn't like meant
Armchair
to be.
Expert? Who is that?
That's Dak Shepard.
Yep.
And Monica Padman, who's really awesome.
Yeah.
I don't really know what she does outside of that podcast, but she's really great.
I've listened to the podcast a few times, but I don't know who she is.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's you have an actor, but you also have like Dak Shepard's also a guy who like loves action stuff. So he was really, but it was funny on that podcast. He even prefaced the podcast after in post, talking about how he turned extra broy to try to break Conor McGregor's vulnerability. Like he was trying to dive into, he was kind of like trying to adapt to Conor, because Conor is like this hyper masculine dude or whatever. A lot of people I think don't like him for that, but
for sure,
he's so genuinely himself. So I don't know anything about him other than that, but
they're doing a lot of like press together right now. They also did an episode of this, I forget what it's called exactly. It's this thing I watch on YouTube sometimes where Complex, I think it's a magazine, I don't even know what they call themselves. They take like celebrities sneaker shopping. And so him and Jake Gyllenhaal went together, and they were looking at the Nike mags from Back to the Future.
$25,000.
I think 35. I forget,
or something like that. That's
and
crazy.
Connor was like, "We can split it. We can each get one shoe."
yeah, dude. I know Jake's like, "Oh, we don't have my size." But Jake Gyllenhaal, man, he's a cool dude, man. He's been around for a long time. He was a child actor. His sister is Maggie Gyllenhaal, who's also very distinguished. But Jake Gyllenhaal is really great because he can have a conversation. He can tango with everybody across the board, every genre, I think. I don't know about comedy necessarily, but this one was a comedy for him.
I think it was kind of a comedy, yeah.
He's also a Broadway guy. He's done some shows.
We were talking about his filmography the other day, and that was impressive. I forgot about all the films he's been in. Like we were talking about Nightcrawler, which is a fantastic movie.
That's another myth. I feel like he lost so much weight for that movie too.
He did. He was tiny. I read somewhere he was aiming to look like an emaciated coyote.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which it kind of matches the whole thing.
Wow. Okay, I could see that.
Yeah,
that's insane, man. Because he's not even nominated for any Oscars.
Yeah, I know. We looked it up. No, was it a nom or no? No,
I don't think he's even nominated.
Oh, crazy.
I might be wrong. I think, but it's when I think about it, if I feel pretty confident that he wasn't even nominated.
I think you had said that he won, and so we looked it up, and he hadn't had any nominations.
Yeah.
Or anything, which is crazy because Nightcrawler's a performance, dude.
Very much so. Very much so.
What else did we say?
Donnie Darko, man.
Donnie Darko.
That's one of his earliest films, and he's good. It's a very powerful, iconic film.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's so something that you gotta admire is his work ethic. He's so he's just so incredibly in tune with his body and fitness. So that's why it was a very good combination for him and Conor McGregor, because they probably push each other pretty well. And if I don't even know, they might not even, they may not have done much with each other outside of those fight scenes, but
they're doing a lot of that press together though, which is really
that's
cool.
True.
It's fun. It's fun watching them get along. So I can't imagine that they didn't do stuff together because of the chemistry they have developed clearly.
That's true. I will say though, he's so good at stepping back while Conor McGregor talks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. He is. He kind of watches.
He's just sitting there like,
that's a good point. I hadn't thought of that. That's a good point.
But he's a good dude. He's 43. Conor's like younger though. So that's the thing. Conor's like 10 years.
Is he that much younger than him?
Or maybe he's like 36. But
still crazy. I wouldn't have guessed that. This was Conor's first role, yeah.
First acting debut, highest paid actor debut ever.
That's crazy. But, I mean, you know who he is. Like,
he's the highest paid UFC fighter.
It drew us in though. Yeah. I know for a fact the fact that he was the villain kind of pulled me in a little bit.
True. Very true.
This will be fun. No matter what, it's going to be a fun time.
And he's got like this sauce to him. Like even though he's not the best actor,
no, not at all.
He commands the room though.
Dude, his performance was everywhere.
It was so everywhere.
Like he walks in and we're kind of like, oh, that's good. And then he says something. You're like, wait, maybe not.
It's not good. But what I will say, they did an homage to the first Roadhouse. It's not a spoiler, but I will tell you, it will prevent a surprise in the movie. But they show his butt twice.
Oh yeah.
And I was kind of hearing an interview with them that's from the original movie. I don't know if you remember that.
So I don't remember that in particular, but I had seen the original movie. I think I was in like high school, and I remember really enjoying the original movie. And when I had heard about it, like before I watched it, I always look up movies on IMDb. I always have. That's why I've just developed this like knowledge of movies. But I remember reading it and reading the description on IMDb or whatever website I was using at the time, and thinking this is interesting, but I don't think I'll like it. And I remember really liking
Patrick
it.
Swayze?
Yeah.
Man,
I just remember really liking it.
He, dude, you know what? We'll have to go back and watch that one, man. But they show Connor's butt at the end again, so it's like, wow. Obviously,
I forgot at the
they
end
showed it twice.
I remember the first part when he jumps out that window or whatever,
and then they show it again when he's leaving the. I don't. Can I spoil it?
Yeah,
say spoiler alert. Okay, so
people can watch this at home, so it's not.
It's not even like what I'm saying is not even really much of a spoiler. But there's a scene where he's like, he goes to the hospital because he's hurt, but then he's like creating havoc in the hospital.
Oh, that's right.
And then he's like aborting the hospital, leaving and looking like, hey, I'm not done. Like I have more mischief to cause. But he's just, you can see it, the classic nothing under the hospital gown. Yeah. But I don't know. Can we go back to Patrick Swayze, man?
Do it, dude.
Have you seen The Outsiders? I know it's a book, but
when I was a kid, I think like my teacher played it after we read the book or something.
That's me too. That's a classic movie played, I think, in school. But man, it is so beautiful, and Patrick Swayze is such a good leader in that movie.
Well, that's directed by Francis Ford Coppola.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Man, dude,
you got to think about all the actors that movie brought us to.
Yeah.
Who is it? Charlie Sheen, I think.
You have
Matt Dillon,
I think Matt Dillon's in it. You have freaking Tom Cruise. You also have. He's very popular these days, but he plays Cherry Pop or Soda Pop, Cherry Pop. Man, what was his name? He's a very like good looking, clean cut dude who's like looks way younger than he really is. He has a show, like called. He has like a show on NBC or on Netflix with his son, whose actual son plays his son in the show. You know what I'm talking about? You would know his name. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
If you say it, I'm gonna be mad when
you'll know. You'll know. He's just in a lot of stuff, man. But he has a kind of a. Let me see. Anyways, keep going while I'm looking this up. What do you think?
So with the back to the Roadhouse, the new one. How did you feel about the like all the fights? How do you feel they choreographed those fights? Because we know UFC had a heavy involvement in the film, of course. Do you feel like the fights were good to watch? How did you feel?
Yeah, I thought they were fun. I thought the thing for me is that the camera work was good. Like I felt like it was so fast that I felt like I was almost it was almost VR but not VR.
It was okay. So it was like disorienting enough to the point where you kind of feel like you're in the fight.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. Yeah. That was cool. That was a really nice aspect of it. It was interesting to watch, to say the least. What I thought was cool about the fights was I'm surprised you didn't notice. I might have pointed this out to you. Was the sound editing during some of the fight scenes? You just hear stuff crunch. You hear stuff breaking.
Yeah,
the sound editing for some of those fights was awesome.
Dude, it was. I know. I wonder what that looks like, man.
What, like, doing that?
Yeah,
dude. Like we're gonna watch a movie tonight about a sound mixer. So
we're gonna go. Yeah.
So you'll see some cool stuff. We're watching Blowout for the next episode. If anyone's interested, Brian De Palma's film from 1981, starring John Travolta.
Oh, so stoked.
A movie that Quentin Tarantino calls one of his favorites. By the way, it's Quentin Tarantino's birthday today.
Oh, happy! It's also my brother's birthday today.
Oh, that's cool.
Happy brother and my friend Kat. So happy birthday to the three. They're one and the same.
Big birthday week.
Oh, check this out, man. We got Rob Lowe.
That's right. That's what I was trying to think of.
You have Emilio Estevez.
Isn't Charlie Sheen in it too, though? Because they're related or something, aren't they?
There is no Charlie Sheen in this one, dude. Sheen? There's C. Thomas Howell, and there's Ralph Macchino's in it, which is crazy.
Who?
Ralph Macchino. Machio. I mean,
Yeah.
Karate Kid.
Machio. And now you're confusing me. I know that's pronounced differently. Machio. I don't know.
Machio. I think it's Machio. Ralph Machio.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Jeez, I can't believe I messed that one up.
Because I was like, who are you talking about? Yeah. Karate Kid. That's right, dude. I love Karate Kid. Did you watch Cobra Kai?
I watched a couple episodes. I never got into it. I think it's fun, but
it's another thing that's just really fun. It's not great, but it's fun, especially because I loved Karate Kid growing up. Yeah. Such good movies.
Dude, you know what? You need to have those fun shows and movies. And it would be different if they didn't have the original cast. But when you have the original cast, it's like,
big
all
difference.
right.
Because when they try to bring something back just for nostalgia's sake without actually doing anything like significant with it, it sucks.
Yeah.
It's just boring.
Yeah, man. Did you watch all the newer Karate Kids?
The one with like Jaden Smith?
Yeah.
So I saw that like on a school field trip when it came out. I remember when I was a kid, but I don't remember the movie at all. With Jackie Chan. Is there more than that one?
I think there's 2 of the newer ones.
Jeez, really?
Maybe I'm wrong, but
no, I feel like you're right, but I didn't realize there's that many.
Yeah,
they're still doing.
Man,
but the first ones are just the best.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, man, those OG like just fight scenes in the competition. Actually, all the fighting scenes that happen outside the competition. Those are the fun ones.
Yeah, they're like the Bruce Lee movies for kids in the 80s.
Yeah, dude. Man. See, I wonder what Tarantino's take on those movies are like.
He hates the 80s. We've been over that before, so I'm curious too.
But like, what does he think? What do you think he would think of, like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? Like, do you think
he likes stuff like that? Okay. I think he loves like those cheesy comedies.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a cool point to bring up. I feel like I'm tongue tied. He must have said something about Keanu Reeves in the past. That's a huge actor. You know what I mean?
He's a very kind guy.
I've heard he has crazy stories.
And you can see it.
Yeah.
You see like these undercover clips where he doesn't even know he's being filmed and stuff. Like,
yeah, he's such a cool guy.
If you haven't,
just look up like Keanu Reeves being the best person ever on Google, and you're gonna find some crazy stories about this dude.
Yeah.
Giving up salary, giving insane gifts.
There's nothing bad. Like,
no, not at all.
Nothing bad is ever said.
He's had a tough life. A lot of bad stuff has happened to him. Yeah, he has a lot of loss in his life.
Wow. Dang. Crazy. John Wick is so cool, man. I love John Wick.
I actually haven't seen any of them.
You haven't seen John Wick? I'll tell you what I love, bro. I mean, if you haven't seen Equalizer, huh?
No, not that either.
Man. Oh, dude, I saw the most recent one recently, Equalizer 3. Like, dude.
There's just something about a 60-year-old dude kicking a bunch of 20-year-olds.
But it is so good. He's so calculated. He's like, it's to the point where he's like, I don't got to think about it. It's like driving, man. And it's so, I don't know what's better, Equalizer or John Wick, dude, but
similar style of just like someone beating everyone up.
Yeah,
kind of like the Expendables too.
Yeah, dude. I mean, but I like Expendables too, but this one's more there's a little more sophistication.
Okay, cool. I like this Expendables, but it's such a cheesy, like it's similar to what we're talking about with Roadhouse, where it's just kind of like a fun time,
and you know the actors.
Yeah, you know every actor.
People. You're like,
there's a blast.
Man, I can't believe Ronda Rousey was in one of those. Remember that?
Oh, I forgot about that. You're right. She was also in Entourage, the movie.
Is she really?
Yeah. She had like a role as herself for a little bit. Because that was Entourage's thing. They always had a bunch of celebrity cameos in every episode because they live in Hollywood or whatever.
I guess that makes sense. I just didn't, man, I mean,
they had like James Cameron. Who else? They had a bunch of people. Everyone's been in there.
What was a movie?
Kanye West.
There was a movie where, it was Disaster Artist, and it had, it had what's his name, who was playing himself, and that was
Tommy Wiseau at the end.
No, the director. I mean, the comedy director, who's very
Judd Apatow.
I wonder if that actually happened. Like,
probably not with him in particular, but I'm sure he lived in Hollywood. I'm sure he will approach somebody before who's like, get away from me, you creep.
That's true. That's just a funny
good movie. Check it out. Check out our episode on it as well. That was last week.
And that's a good connection because Freaks and Geeks, and he directed that. And so he's probably like, hey, Judd, come be in this movie with us for a little bit.
Oh, no, of course. I'm sure he was a producer on the movie for sure. I haven't known it. I haven't looked into it. But yeah, no, they've worked together closely for a long time.
Man. Judd Apatow is a pretty funny comedy special.
I love all his his shows and stuff too. He has this one on Netflix called Love that was really good. You ever watch that?
No.
That was a good show. It was about like these two young 20-somethings in LA who like love each other, but they don't love each other, but they're like super dysfunctional. They get
was that with the guy from he's a big actor now who was in the newest what's that plane movie?
I have no idea because I don't know the dude's name. The main guy. He has a big nose.
Oh, this is not. Never mind.
It's not him then. No, but yeah, it's. I forget his name. Right. But yeah, so he plays like this teacher on Hollywood sets, and that's his like day job. And he like falls in love with this.
She's
girl.
like acting.
No, he's the teacher of the children on sets. So he has to get the kid to pay attention to him.
That's a pretty sick gig.
Yeah. So he's like her school teacher, and she's like in the room, like trying to just be like a kid, like on her phone and stuff. And
dude, that's
like, no, you got to listen to me. It's a fun, like I want to go back and rewatch it being a teacher now to see like the interaction with the kid. Cause it's interesting. It's an interesting dynamic. Even
before we became teachers, man, I love watching movies where you get the behind the scenes curtain of teaching. That's why I like even if it's exaggerated, like man, like that show Abbott Elementary, but there's like that one with Cameron Diaz where she was like a bad teacher. None of it, even if it's not accurate, it's so funny seeing the teacher's perspective.
AP Bio, you ever seen that one?
No.
That's a funny show about a teacher. It's this guy, he was a Harvard professor who like, I forget what happened. Something about his research was wrong or something. So he got like fired and he had to teach AP Bio and he hates his life because he's like a bio teacher, but he's a Harvard professor. And so he just
like, this is the bottom of the...
Yeah, so he's just like the worst human being ever. Oh. It's such a good show.
So I'm too good for this. Dang, dude. Holdovers. I mean, that's
another teacher movie. Yeah, that's a good one.
There's a lot of good teacher movies. Kindergarten Cop. Mm-hmm.
I wanted to bring that one up. That was a good one. Dead Poet Society.
Yes.
Robin Williams.
Yes.
Interesting. I never thought about this until
it's like a genre, man. There's like genre, and then it's like a genre within genres because you have like coming of age movies with a lot of teachers.
Oh man, that's interesting. Harry Potter's like out of school.
Yeah. No, Harry Potter's a good one, man.
Harry Potter's out of school.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much of the teaching you see, but
you see a little bit of it, like when they're in herbology class and stuff.
That's
Defense
true.
Against the Dark Arts. That's a class.
That's true.
It doesn't seem like a class because that's not traditional, conventional schooling, but it's technically.
Imagine if that was an actual school you can go to and apply to.
That'd be crazy, dude.
I bet that would be literally crazy. I was hiking the other day and I found a stick. Actually in my car right now. I almost brought it in, but I was like, I don't know if you guys want a stick in your house. But it looks like a wand. And I thought, how cool would it be if, because you kind of, I feel like, got buff Harry Potter vibes, dude. So I feel like, I mean, like, you don't look like Harry Potter, but like your Harry Potter.
Tell me I do all the time.
Well, that's because you have these round glasses and you have the hair. But you show me your Harry Potter character on your video game. You can make your character. You look just like him. But
that's funny.
I found you a wand. If you can, what do you call it? Whittle it, and then glaze it, and then put some.
You put some thought into this.
Spells in it. You'd be good, man.
I love your thought process.
Anyways, man. So.
How do we get here for Roadhouse?
I don't know. We're allowing ourselves a rabbit hole so hard tonight. I love it.
Good, dude.
Anyways, you want to go back to Roadhouse? So, what was your favorite scene in Roadhouse? In Roadhouse,
dude, I just liked every scene where someone just took him for granted. Like, they just didn't know they were about to get their butt whooped. Every single one of those was just like, the wait was coming for you.
Dude, when he was driving them to the hospital, that was pretty funny, man.
Like, he beats up like 5 guys or something, and then it cuts to them all sitting in a car calmly as he's driving them to the hospital after he just killed them all.
And he had enough integrity to slap them in the face instead of just punching them.
Beat them. Yeah.
He's like, all right, I'm gonna do what I can to mitigate the pain and the damage.
That's the scene from the trailer. So if you've seen the trailer, you'll get the little taste of that. But that's a fun scene.
That's a crazy choreography, man. He said this is like the hardest one he's trained for, even more than Southpaw.
More than Southpaw because he's pretty big for Southpaw. He was very lean in this movie. I felt like.
That's what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I keep saying this. Take everything with a grain of salt. I just feel like I'm pretty sure I heard that his training regimen for this one was insane.
Well, I guess it is pretty difficult to get lean.
But also the choreography. I mean, like you're
cool. Like I said, they had to have had some UFC involved people helping with that.
Well, they had who was Connor's last? He was the Ultimate Champion or Ultimate Fighting Championship show.
Chandler.
Yeah. Chandler flew out to Florida.
That's right.
Or wherever they were filming.
I think they were filming somewhere in Florida because it takes place in the Keys, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. So, but he was there to kind of mimic the opponent process.
That's
and
cool.
McGregor didn't even know he was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Something I always really like about UFC is I like to follow fighters on their prep for the fights. Like
the embedded series.
Yeah, those are so interesting.
So cool.
Watching them train and see what they go through.
Dude,
as they go through the camp is so fun.
No, it's so... Dude, I'm glad you brought that up, man, because a lot of people don't know about that series. And it's a very...
free on YouTube.
Again, like, pulls the curtain. I mean, it's all real, but, like, it's still kind of, in a sense, you're pulling the curtain back.
Yeah. And then there's the people who are really open on their own social medias. Like Sugar Sean posts a lot on his Instagram. You get to see him like training and just like goofing off and stuff, and it just shows you how real these people are too. Yeah, super cool,
dude. I feel like UFC has gotten this bad rep because some people like don't like Dana, like they
hate Dana White.
Trump's been there and he's like friends with Trump and all.
He's always front row too.
It's a bummer that's. I mean, I guess also UFC, if you don't like violence and stuff, like it is a terrible.
So I think that was what the initial like bad reputation came from.
Yeah,
have you ever watched any of the early early
dude
UFC
they were
fights?
So mismatched. You have like a sumo wrestler
with like a karate
fighting
dude.
This like small skinny dude half the size.
That stuff was so funny to watch. I'll watch some of those sometimes on YouTube. They're such a fucking blast, dude.
I wonder if they should bring some of those guys back to the UFC games.
Oh, for real, dude. You know who's I think
we're ready for another one. Go ahead. Sorry,
ready for another beer. Do you think I think it was one of the Gracies won like every UFC for a while.
Oh, really?
Right? Yeah. When it was like one of the newer ones.
That's surprising. One of the Gracies is not doing good recently. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah.
I think it was Rickson. I'm not positive. He won like 2 or 3 of them. Yeah. There's a lot of them by now. Yes, that's not. Yeah, that's
thanks, Nisha. Dude, I feel like
onto our second mind haze. Third mind haze of the night.
You get to see Nisha's hand. Oh, you see the side. Oh, that's the most you've been on camera.
Oh yeah, you snuck in there, Nisha.
Wow. You want us to edit it out?
That's too difficult. We'll figure it out.
We're gonna make that side image the thumbnail.
Okay.
Just the side of her head. Dude, you want to say something to the camera? No? Come on. All right.
So we have another mind haze. This is our second of the show, third of the night from this series. Yeah, 9.5. Cosmic Crusher Juicy Imperial IPA. So this one isn't a hazy. I was under the impression they were all hazies as well, but this one's just a Juicy Imperial. I don't see it specifying haze anywhere, so we'll see. Except for the name haze.
Okay.
But it's under the descriptor. Anyways.
It definitely smells orangey.
Oh, yeah.
This is the color.
This is the one, I think, that you're going to get a big Voodoo Ranger Juice Force vibe off this.
Does it matter that our cup, like, has other lacing from the other episode? Oh, jeez. No.
Whoa, careful. Oh, you're spilling. Other way.
Hold on. I don't know. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, grab a napkin, buddy.
You guys have a napkin?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know. Oh, shoot. Tonight, out of all nights, we have no napkins.
I'll figure it out.
Towel next to the stove, bottom shelf.
Well, this would do it.
Okay, that works.
A little bit.
Anyways, while Evan gets that, I'll start discussing it. As he mentioned, it's a 9.5 hazy, or it's a 9.5 Juicy Imperial IPA.
Oh, yeah, I'll be okay.
The color is orange. Once again, non-translucent. Nice head on both of ours. Even though Evan poured it very hard, the head is still pretty decent. I mentioned it before, the uneven bubbles, which indicate that it is not artificially carbonated, which is always a good thing. And overall, smells like an orange juice.
Yeah, this is very orangey.
Like a carbonated orange juice is the smell I'm picking up. Like I can almost smell the carbonation. Is that a weird statement? I've never said that before.
Weird. I mean,
do you get what I'm saying?
I think I get what you're saying, because it's definitely not just. No, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying.
This one is sweeter than the last one for a 9.5. That's crazy. Very sweet.
Wow, dude, they got Juice Force vibes is for real.
This one tastes almost identical to Juice Force.
That's crazy.
There's like maybe a little bit of a melony taste on top of the citrus, and that's the only like big differentiator from Juice Force in this one.
You can taste the carbonation.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, that's weird. I can't smell the carbonation. That's a weird statement, but
I don't know what I said, but I sniffed it and I was like, I smell the carbonation.
I was trying to figure out. I was like, do I get that?
I don't know what I'm talking about, bro.
No, it's okay. I mean, that's a crazy statement, but it's all good, dude. I love it. You're
crazier statements have been said before.
That's true. We've said some crazy stuff, man. My goal for TikTok, which I failed to do, is just to put the most random clips of what we say. Or like
I've been failing to do the Instagram as well. That sucks.
It's hard, man.
Look at the lacing on these, though.
Consistency's hard. Dude, yeah, that's good.
Nice lacing. If you've been around long enough, you'll know that the lacing is the bubble left behind on the glass.
If you've been around, if you're an OG. Hey, man, I'm still waiting for someone to text me on Instagram, message us, DM us on Instagram
to get some free beer.
What did it was like? Say the word unique or something like that.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a while. We haven't had any unique brews, I guess.
Yeah,
we've been sticking to this lane of just like some real commercial stuff, I guess. That's unfortunate. We'll have to go pick up some beers pretty soon.
Let's go into the depths of Wisconsin.
You know, one of my favorite beers is actually from like Michigan or something. The Bell's Two Hearted. You ever had that? It's a good one.
Oh man,
it has a fish on it. I feel like we've had this conversation and I've told you like good beer has fish on it. Does that sound familiar?
That does sound familiar. Really? I wonder what's an example of one outside of that one.
Sculpin.
Wait, I can't remember, man.
How do you not know Sculpin?
I know Sculpin, but that has a fish on it?
Yeah, it has a fish on it. It has a Sculpin on it.
Is a Sculpin a fish?
Uh-huh.
I've been clearly not present with the Sculpin life.
I don't know what else. There's other ones. There's other examples. I just can't think of them at the moment.
Well, I'll tell you what's really good, man. I'll tell you what's really good is the that freaking beer that we had that I can't forget the name of it.
Oh gosh.
What is it called? The one that I told you I like that I want to try again.
From that we've had on the show?
Yeah. What's the one?
Oh, the Symphonic Chronic.
Symphonic Chronic,
yeah,
man.
I think it's good. We got to go get some of those one night.
We'll have to do one where we do like a rerun. Like not a rerun, but like a retasting.
Just run some back.
Yeah, let's run some OGs, man.
I would like to pair Peace, Love, and Hoppiness with Symphonic Chronic.
Yeah.
I don't know how I came up with that real quickly, but those are two really good beers that we had on here that I really enjoyed.
Dude, sick, man. Well, I think that's a good idea. Well, if you're listening right now, feel free to check out Mind Haze. They're pretty good. I mean, Firestone's a pretty popular brand. We're doing a little more beer talk tonight too, which is good. I think beer in Roadhouse,
it's just like you kind of gotta have some beers to enjoy the quirkiness of the movie. Because we threw some back that night too. Just sat back and watched it. It was a good time.
And although we gotta give a nod to the Conor McGregor for his proper 12 whiskey.
Have you had it?
No,
I have. It's all right.
It's all right.
It's not very great.
He's just a name.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'll tell you who's horrible, though. Really good. I think the only person that I can give credit to as a celebrity behind the alcohol that celebrity's created is George Clooney. Like,
I've heard that before.
The finest tequila I've ever had. I'm sure there's way better tequila. Especially if you're like actually in Mexico. Like you probably find some authentic tequila. I mean, I don't know. This is probably.
I don't know anything about tequila, so I couldn't tell you.
I can't talk about tequila, but all I know is this. In terms of tequila that you can buy in U.S. stores, the George Clooney's is the best.
Okay,
that I've ever had.
I'll believe you.
Yeah,
because I have no idea.
But I just know that there's probably better tequila than that.
But I've heard before that the Casamigos.
Yeah,
right?
Casamigos. There you go.
I've heard it's really good though, just from other people. So
okay.
I'm sure
it's good, dude. And he's had it for like 50 years.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
I mean, since he was born. Like,
did you know he did a movie with Quentin Tarantino one time where they played brothers, and Quentin Tarantino cast him as like his brother. So everyone was like, "Yeah, that's not like he's just like patting himself on the back. He's like, yeah, I'm brothers with George Clooney." That vampire movie From Dusk Till Dawn. Have you seen it?
No.
It's so weird. They play brothers who are like bank robbers or criminals or something, but Quentin Tarantino's like a double criminal where he's like also like a pedophile or something. It's a weird movie.
No, we don't like that.
Super weird movie.
That's so not good.
He's also, and then he writes this movie too. So there's like this scene where Salma Hayek like puts her foot in his mouth as like a crazy vampire. So it's just like
that's a really big cast though.
It's a really strange movie, dude.
Have you seen
Harvey Keitel's in it? Everyone's in the movie. Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen Queen of the Damned?
Mm-mm.
That's a very dark vampire movie.
I've seen it. I haven't heard of it.
I'll tell you what. It's a vampire romance.
Interesting.
But it's like very gory. But I'll tell you one of my favorite movies, and I want to know, have you seen this? Is Van Helsing.
Oh no, I haven't. I've seen like the scary movie like, spoof of it.
Oh, okay. No, we have to watch Van. Dude, I'm telling you, man.
Who's the main actor?
It's so fun.
He's a big guy,
it's,
right?
It's Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. Okay.
Dude, you have But what it does is it brings the monster universe together. You have like where
no, I'm 100%.
You know what I mean?
That's cool. I showed you Nosferatu. Van Helsing's technically in that too.
Oh yeah.
Because it's a Dracula adaptation. So yeah, he's in that.
Sick.
Ooh, that reminds me, Nosferatu getting a remake this year, I believe, in December by
really
the director of The Witch and what other movies did he direct? The Northman, I think. Lighthouse. So
Lighthouse.
I'm excited for this.
And American Pie, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? That's just
like the darkest filmography and then American Pie.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, that's cool. Well, that'll be fun to watch, man. I'll tell you what. You know what's crazy? We talked about Chucky on here. They have like Chucky, a remake coming out or a reboot. Not a reboot, an extension series or whatever. Dude, he's like the old Chucky. He's like
in a good way,
in his 80s Chucky.
Oh, that's
no,
weird.
he like is a doll with his skin looking like he's in a gray hair, and it's weird. I'm like,
yeah, that's
I don't like that.
What is the story again? It's like a criminal who like died and got brought back to life in the body or something.
And never got out of the body, and his whole goal was to possess somebody to be inside of a human body.
That's right. I haven't seen.
And he always is so close. And then the spell gets broken. He never gets to. He's right. Dying. It's pretty rough. I mean, it's what you get, but that's like when you talk about hell. Like, imagine that you're living in a doll's body for your whole life, and you never actually can die. Like you just
interesting.
You're just stuck in there. It's dark. I don't.
I have this student who his new insult is calling people Chucky doll. I don't know. I don't know where it came from.
Are they redheads? Or
no, he just calls everyone that. He called me that the other day, and I was like, "Why are you calling me that?" He's like, because you were being rude. I was like, "What?"
Chucky doll. But you know what? I would have done the same thing, man. I watched Chucky when I was that age. No, I'm just kidding. That's a very weird. You can do so much better than that.
My students are obsessed with horror movies.
I think at that age, though. Like, I think that's pretty typical.
I think that was the age I really liked.
Because it's just a fascinating thing, like, to be open to.
I liked Jason and, like, Michael Myers.
Yeah. Jason X, you seen that?
Yeah.
Freddy vs. Jason?
All of them, dude. They used to run on TV a lot, too.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were cleaned
Sci-fi?
up, though, huh?
The Sci-Fi
Something
network?
like that, yeah. Because my dad used to watch them all on those channels. My dad loved sci-fi. Like, he would watch, like, Sharknado and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Python versus...
Yes, dude. Anaconda, dude.
Those are fun, but
that's my dad's favorite stuff, man.
Dude, that's sick, man.
I used to watch all those things with him.
The tough part, though, is the commercials now. I just can't do it. Like, I'm
much. It's so hard. And it's all the streaming services are starting to get commercials, too. It's getting tough.
It's basically turning into cable TV.
I know, because now you have all the packages too that you can buy. Like you can buy like Max paired with like sports and all kinds of weird stuff going on.
I mean, it's cheaper than cable, but
still
like,
is, yeah.
Dude, you know what? I'm like, I don't want to. I'm spoiled, man. I don't want to.
I have too many of them now.
Used to. You have Max?
I have Max, Netflix, Hulu, Peacock. I think that's it.
When Peacock first came out, I was like, this is the stupidest thing ever.
It's pretty good.
Like, look at the name. And then you have so many good things.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
They got Holdovers. That's how we watched Holdovers.
Yeah.
On Peacock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah.
Well, Amazon Prime has Roadhouse.
Oh, that's right. I have that one, too.
We'll circle back to that. Amazon Prime, though, actually has some good
Ricky
movies.
Stenicki, bro. We both watched it now. We can bring that up.
Oh, let's talk about Ricky Stenicki.
That's a funny movie. Once again, you have to know what you're getting involved in when you watch this movie. It's not a good movie.
Stupid, silly.
But it's hilarious to just sit back, take it easy.
Yeah.
Think about it as a light flick that there's not like substantial writing behind it. But there's John Cena. I forget the redhead dude's name. Something.
Andrew
Santino
or something like that.
Yeah, it's an Italian last name. So there's that guy, John Cena, Zac Efron, who we love Zac Efron on this show. We've talked about that before. Which it's so weird that he follows up Iron Claw with Ricky Stenicki.
I know. And he's arguably the biggest actor on that cast.
Apart from John Cena, yeah.
Because even John Cena, I'm like...
Yeah, how do you rank him as an actor right now?
I don't know. I think he's pigeonholed himself. I don't know if that's the word for it, but I think he's definitely doing this thing where he's not even the main star in a comedy, but rather like the support almost. He's almost
been in. So he's been in Ricky Stenicki now.
He's also done that movie with Amy Schumer where he was like the love interest.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I don't like Amy Schumer.
Well, that's fair. I'm not a big fan either, but he did He was.
I feel like he's growing in popularity as an actor, but I can't name anything he's been in. Oh,
well, Peacemaker, which is a big one. I mean,
he's the star of that.
The star one, and he had his own spin-off show,
Suicide Squad, which he was like a random.
He did
side character.
He also plays the brother of Vin Diesel's character in Fast and Furious. He did a couple of films.
That's a more serious movie, I guess.
He did 12 Pounds a long time ago, which
I don't even remember that.
To
you
me,
mentioned it last time.
That was one of the first WWE films before See No Evil with Kane, who was this big 7-foot dude. Like, it was a crazy movie. He was like the first one outside of The Rock to do.
Yeah.
Because
The Rock did what,
film.
The Mummy or something?
What's that?
What was that Rock movie he did real early on?
He did a bunch, man. He did The Mummy was his first one.
That's
where
what I thought.
He plays the ancient.
It's like a pharaoh
hybrid dude. Where he has a scorpion body. He's like the Scorpion King.
Yeah, the Scorpion King. That's right. That's what it was called.
And then he ended up doing this movie with this one comedian actor you would know. Anyways, he did a bunch of big films, but he was also like. Well, no, he kind of grew to stardom quick. John Cena never really grew to stardom.
Until recently, though. I feel like he's everywhere right now. I gotta look this up.
But he's still not, he's not even a star. Well, I guess arguably this last movie he is a star because he's Ricky Snickety. But
he's the titular character.
But he's more of a very popular.
Vacation Friends. I watched that.
Oh, that was good.
Him. That was pretty decent.
That was funny.
That was a funny one, yeah.
They're making a second one, too.
Is it? It's out already. I haven't watched it. We should watch it.
They're making a second one?
It's already out. It says
you want to watch that tonight? Oh, wait.
We have the other movie planned, but we should watch this together because Nisha, I think, liked the first one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
He was in Argyle. That just came out.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen it, but yeah, he was in it. Suicide Squad, the Fast and Furious, like we said. He was in the Bumblebee movie. I didn't watch that either.
Bumblebee, the cartoon?
No, the car from Transformers, Bumblebee. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
He was in that. Oh, Cock Blockers. That's the other one I just watched. Cock Blockers, yeah.
That was a funny one.
Called Blockers.
That was a funny one.
That was pretty decent.
I think it's Blockers, but there's like a picture of a
chicken, which is a cock. Yeah. He was in something called Surf's Up 2 Wave Mania, and it's in the WrestleMania font.
Oh, okay.
Daddy's Home 2. I don't remember him being in that with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah. I
don't remember him being in that.
He plays the he's a stint in the movie as he's like the new boyfriend or whatever.
And you keep calling it 12 pounds. It's 12 rounds.
Oh, dude. 12 rounds. My bad. 12 pounds is Will Smith.
That's what I thought. And so you threw me when you brought that up. My bad, cool. He was in something called The Marine before that, though, before 12 rounds.
Oh.
You might be getting these confused because
let me see.
There's those two. And then he was in
the Marine's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
But The Marine was a very good movie, and 12 Rounds were a very good movie, dude. They were both good movies. So The Marine is one where he works with alongside a very popular, I forgot her name, but she's a very popular actress, Kelly Carlson, who's, I don't know what she's in. I just remember her being in.
I don't know her name. I don't know the name.
It has a 4.7 out of 10. That's BS. It was a good movie.
I never even heard of this one. The 12 Rounds sounded familiar, but
12 Rounds is one of those movies where like it's a hostage film.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, dude, they were both great. I don't know. People were just hating, dude. I mean,
I feel you.
It's cheesy. I get it. It's like one of those things where it's like you're not doing it for the writing.
It's just so interesting to me how he was in these movies in the early 2000s and now he's kind of taken off. Because like the movies that I named that we both recognized are very recent. Like Daddy's Home 2017, Blockers 2018, Bumblebee 2018. From there, it just gets even sooner from Vacation Friends in 2021, and then a bunch of random stuff.
Well, I think
Fast 9 2021, Fast 10 23. He's in the new Ninja Turtles movie. Vacation Friends 2 2023, Argyle 24, Ricky Stenicki 24.
Well, there was some beef, man. So for years he was like, "I'm not going to be Dwayne Johnson. I'm going to commit my all to," I mean, maybe this was an act, but he was like, "I'm going to commit myself to WWE." And so he went back. He did the movie thing. He's like, "I'm going to redirect myself to WWE."
I could see how that happened because honestly, I am comparing their careers hard right now because I didn't know that. I didn't even know that. But to me, the huge wrestler who everyone knows turned actor, they have such a similar trajectory. You know what I mean?
Dude, and some other people, like what's his name in Guardians? You know what I'm talking about.
I know Batista.
Batista. He's chosen that path too. He stepped down from WWE to do some films.
What else has he done? He did like the Glass Onion movie, right? Was that
Glass Onion was really good. He also did that M. Night Shyamalan movie where the world's ending.
Yes, I forgot about that.
That's a crazy film.
I didn't watch that either.
It's good.
I need to catch up on some movies, dude.
Yeah, this is like a Before I Met You.
So that era of movies I was kind of really bored with for some reason.
What about Glass? What do you mean?
The era of movies from like 2015 to like last year, I was really bored with. Last year we went to the movies a bunch, and like I really enjoyed a lot of the movies we watched this year. But before that, for the like 8-ish years before that, I was kind of bored with what was coming out.
Yeah, that's fair, man. Yeah. Well, I will say some of them were good. I mean, I don't know.
I'm sure. Yeah, there is stuff in there that I enjoyed here and there that I watched and whatnot.
But it doesn't compare to the what do you call it? Whatever's happening now.
Yeah, it's like the reemergence of like a smaller movie, as opposed to like these huge blockbusters that everyone's trying to copy.
Yeah,
and then like we said, even these stupid little comedies that are not technically that great, they're just a little bit more entertaining now. Like you watched it, I want to watch it. Strays, you said was pretty funny.
I love Strays, man.
Ricky Stenicki was
so funny.
It was funny. It's not a great movie. It's not a fantastic comedy, but it's just like for a while there, you would put a comedy on, and it just was painful to watch. I feel like we've gotten to this point where they're not necessarily bad anymore, but they're not great yet. Like super bad, like iconic. Step Brothers, iconic.
Yeah, I don't have any iconic ones right now.
Nah. But at least they're not horrible like they were like 5 years ago.
What's the formula though? Why are those ones so iconic? The lines, like
I think it's just I think it's the dialogue fully.
Dialogue was just so good.
Yeah, because there's still like the outrageous stuff happening. Like in Ricky Stenicki when they make him like, or not Ricky Stenicki, in Blockers they like make John Cena chug in his butt. Like that would have been hilarious in Superbad, and it would have played so well. But for some reason, it just didn't become as iconic as Superbad did. So I don't know. That's a good question to ask about. Like, there's a formula there somewhere. And I don't know, for a while, Seth Rogen and Judd Apatow and all those guys had it figured out. And I don't know why they're not able to replicate it right now.
I wonder if any part of that's like cancel culture. I mean, was any part of that in...
Yeah. Like Joe Rogan always talks about that, how like comedy is just like so hard to do nowadays. And like stand-up comedians kind of haven't really given any ground. And so they're still doing their thing. But you can't get the stuff approved for like TV. I think it was Superbad that I was listening to an episode of Joe Rogan at one point. He was talking about how like you wouldn't get that made today. And that was only like what, 2008 I think it came out.
But what was so bad about Superbad? I mean, obviously there's vulgar and there's sex scenes and all that. I think the whole like
the way they treat sex is like not acceptable. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I know like hypermasculinity is a problem in movies now. It's like you can't have this whole chasing
but I feel like
woman thing.
To an extent that's coming back because now there's also films on the opposite end like Poor Things where it shows this hyper femininity. And so having both is making it possible for them to both be available because there's a lot of talk around who's going to be the next James Bond right now. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
The Aaron Taylor Johnson, right? I think is who.
Well, weren't they talking about the guy who was playing Superman?
Henry Cavill, that's always been a name, but I think that was more of a fan casting thing. But the Aaron Taylor Johnson is like a real one that was happening. I think he denied it already. This dude, you know who that is? I think he played Quicksilver in the MCU.
Oh,
they offered him the role, I guess, of James Bond. So it's been a while since there's been a lot of James Bond talk, which historically has been a super masculine role.
Yeah. I saw at the gym someone said, would you rather be Iron Man or James Bond? I think James Bond's way more like hyper masculine.
Oh yeah, especially the way that like MCU and Marvel and Disney treated Iron Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. That's an interesting point. And then I was listening to this podcast where they like discussed the life of John Wayne, and they're talking about how he was such a bad person in Hollywood for being too masculine and all this stuff. Okay. Like a lot of those movies from the past were problematic. I feel like it's kind of becoming okay again in a weird way, just because, like I said, there's the opposite end of the coin now, so you get both sides, and so it's making it kind of reappear a little bit.
That's an interesting point, man. That adds some flavor to the conversation. I didn't consider Emma Stone as hyper feminine, but I guess that
think about Poor Things. It's all about
in that movie
female empowerment.
No, it makes sense.
At the end,
yeah, she was kind of taking control of everything,
and then how she treats the technically ex-husband or whatever that guy is at the end.
Yeah,
it's just like her like giving it to him. You know what I mean?
Damn right.
Turns
Damn
him
right.
into a goat.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's okay. That makes sense. Well, no, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, the balancing of the forces.
Yeah. And then there's I feel like we should announce that today. If you're interested, if you liked Poor Things, they dropped the trailer for Yorgos Lanthimos' next film, starring Emma Stone once again and Willem Dafoe. And I think Jesse Plemons.
We'll have to watch that for sure.
Yeah, I think Jesse Plemons is in it, who I love.
I know you mentioned that before.
He's the detective in Killers of the Flower Moon. He played Al Pacino's son in Hoffa's son in The Irishman. And he was just in there shortly, but he's good. I like that actor. He's a really good actor.
Yeah, I remember him being in so many smaller roles.
He was always there, like in the
off.
background of Hollywood, kind of, and he's taken off right now.
That's good.
And he's doing good. He's doing really well.
That's good.
I think he was in I didn't watch it, but he was in that Breaking Bad spinoff, I think. The movie
Oh, cool.
El Camino.
He was in the movie Game Night with you have there's big actors in that one.
Game Night. It sounds familiar.
The guy from Friday Night Lights. You have
was it Jason Bateman?
Bateman.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
The guy from New Girl.
Jake Johnson.
Not Jake Johnson, but what's the black dude's name? His name is he plays Winston.
Lamorne
Morris.
Yes,
who is hilarious. Dude,
that dude's funny.
Is so funny.
That dude's funny. Oh, so I guess Jesse Plemons was in Breaking Bad. I didn't even know that. I guess I stopped watching Breaking Bad too early on. I got pretty far into that too. He's also going to be in the Civil War movie from A24 that's coming out.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I remember that. He's very prominent in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was also in Black Mass with Johnny Depp. You've seen that, right?
I have. It's been a long time.
That's a good movie. It wasn't that popular when it came out, surprisingly, but I thought it was really good.
Was he a good guy or a bad guy in the movie?
He played one of the random like mobsters in the background.
Oh, okay. He's almost got like an evil, like he could play both.
He does. Like it's weird. There's not been many mob movies recently, but he played the mob character in Black Mass. He played Hoffa's son in The Irishman. So he's in like the more contemporary mob movies that do come out.
That's cool.
But then in Killers of the Flower Moon, he's the FBI agent.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
And he plays that way. He plays that role very well.
Yeah, he does. That was initially DiCaprio's role too.
What?
Yeah, he was gonna play the FBI agent.
Who would have?
Tom White. But then Leo reading the script, he said he like really felt like he needed to play the I forget the character's name. Shoot, but he needed to play the husband of Lily Gladstone's character.
Who would they have casted outside of Lee? It's always so hard to picture like who would that alternative be? You know what I mean? Who would have been that? Was there? Do you know? Okay,
I don't know.
Who do you think would have been good in going back to Roadhouse? Who do you think would have been a better duo?
Oh, that's
or
a
somebody
very
else,
interesting
or
question.
maybe keep one of them and replace one of them.
If you switch like McGregor, I can't picture anyone but McGregor. That character was McGregor.
It was good,
so it had to be McGregor. But I could picture other people as the Gyllenhaal character. Maybe like Christian Bale when he was younger would have been interesting.
Okay,
just the crazy body transformations come to mind. Who's another?
I almost think Brad Pitt. I know he wouldn't
That'd
do
be
it.
Cool if he was younger.
But he just has that ripped look and that vibe.
Oh shoot, who was that I was just thinking of? I lost it. It just escaped me. But you know, yeah, the Gyllenhaal's a good.
It was good.
Good cast.
It worked great.
He had the Southpaw movie under his belt, which was like a similar role to Fighter, which is good. I mean, when it came to Gyllenhaal's performance, I just felt like he was a good on-screen presence in that role. Like you just believed that he was that character, Dalton, right? That was the name, Dalton something. But yeah, it was good. Man, you put me on the spot and I can't think of a good.
No, it's okay. I don't know my answer. I was just curious.
You don't have a good answer either.
No, not at all.
So I'm gonna be honest, and I don't think that McGregor can be switched.
Okay.
I think that movie's kind of dependent on having that cheesy McGregor role.
Yeah. Okay.
Just his stupid smile, the stupid way he carries himself.
Yeah. I can't. Damn, you're right. Okay. Yeah, that's I'm wondering. I almost said Zac Efron, but I'm like, that'd be kind of.
That's just like too like on the nose for us right now.
Yeah.
I'm like gonna look through some actors right now, see if I can come up with anything, but I can't, dude. I'm struggling to come up with words.
But it's important. I got to emphasize that this is a reimagination of Roadhouse. It's not meant to be like a replication of it.
I don't think it was. Besides like the central idea of like bouncer at a Roadhouse,
it's not the same.
Nothing was the same.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I haven't seen the OG Roadhouse. So
I did, but I don't recall any of it at all.
Okay.
Did you watch The Killer for last year? That movie?
No.
That was a good one. Michael Fassbender plays like this assassin.
Oh, I didn't know
That was a really good one. It's on Netflix. I was like trying to find a name of an actor, and I saw that movie pop up on my Letterboxd feed, and I was like, ooh, that was a good movie that Evan should watch.
Ooh, I like assassination or assassin films. I feel like I saw Hitman a long time ago, and I remember liking that one.
I don't remember that movie. I feel like I watched that when I was a kid too, but I don't remember. Yeah,
this one with
the bald one.
They got the bar.
Yep. Based off the video game.
Yeah, that actor is pretty famous. He's
I don't remember who it was.
He's from. I can't even tell you, man. You would know though. If I told you the movies, you would know. Sorry, these lights are making me. Here's the deal: when you drink 2 beers, then you have like 7 lights staring at you.
It's painful.
I start turning into a fly.
I know. I keep looking over and getting a little bit confused.
Same here. That was exactly what I was trying to say. I'm like,
disorienting.
Whoa, disorienting for sure.
I'm just trying to come up with an actor for the Jake Gyllenhaal role in Roadhouse now, and I can't do it.
What about McGregor though? You just can't do it.
I can't. That one, no. That because that's not a character. That was just McGregor. Like if they could have, instead of Knox, they could have named the character McGregor, and it would have been believable. And I thought it was interesting. They decided to change all his tattoos. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Why are you going through that extra work?
Yeah, that was weird because he had like all the same tattoos. They were just all altered.
There's probably some significance to the tattoos then. I mean,
there was one of like the character's name across his stomach. I know that. It was just like Knox across his stomach.
Yeah.
They changed the gorilla on his chest to something. They changed the cross on his back to like, I don't even know what it was, like like an axe or something. But yeah, that was interesting.
I don't know
that they made that change. I cannot come up with an actor for that Gyllenhaal role, unfortunately.
That's okay.
Yeah, nothing's coming to mind, bro.
Well, you sleep on it, bro.
Okay.
Well, check in with you in the morning.
Adam Sandler as Dalton. That'd be cool.
That was good. Someone puts a gun in your head. Tell me a name right now. Adam Sandler.
They're reading, dude. Happy Gilmore 2.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
with him.
It's already the script is.
Is he in it?
I think he wrote the script, so I'm assuming he's in it.
Way.
Do you like?
Otherwise,
Happy Gilmore guy.
Yeah,
I love that movie, dude.
Good movie.
Carl Weathers in there though, unfortunately, gone now, so he can't be in that again.
But you know what, man? You know he was gone for Creed. They made it work. You got to just cast the right people, man.
Bob Barker too.
Yeah, I know. That's.
The Bob Barker scene was so iconic.
You can't beat that. It's been a long time, though.
This is right.
Yeah.
Such a good movie. I think that's one of my favorite Sandler movies.
I think Mr. Deeds is my favorite.
That's a good one, too.
But, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of good stuff.
I hate the hate that Adam Sandler gets.
Huh?
I hate the hate that
Does he get hate?
Tons of it.
Who gives him hate?
People say like his new movies all suck, and I'm like, it's an Adam Sandler movie. What? How are you judging it?
Those people are stupid.
I like Grown Ups. Those are like good feel good movies.
I was watching Grown Ups the night while cooking dinner, bro. I was like,
I love those movies. They're so good.
You got the dynamite cast, dude. You got
that's the classic SNL
Chris
from
Rock.
Those days.
You got man. Have you seen Fly on the Wall podcast? It's
I feel like you've mentioned it, but I'm not sure.
Oh, dude, it's so good, man. You have well, this is what happens when you drink 2 beers. But the the guy who plays, oh man, they're two big SNL guys. One's Dana Harvey, and the other is the guy who plays Gronk from Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, and, I know his name. But
you know what I'm talking
about,
right?
from Family Guy, Joe Swanson, that character.
No, a different guy.
That's not
different
Gronk.
guy. No, not Gronk. I shouldn't say Gronk. The guy, David Spade, main character.
Bruh.
What's the Cusco? There you go.
Cusco.
David Spade and Dana Carvey, who are like 10 years apart.
That's sick.
But they talk about they talk to people who are somehow involved with SNL, and you hear like the coolest stories, man. I used to like go to bed laughing so hard.
That's funny.
I listen to podcasts every night when I go to bed, dude. It's so weird.
That's funny.
Yeah. I'll be crashing at this guy's house sometimes, and I'll just have it on. Do you hear me?
No, it's pretty well insulated.
Okay.
But if like when you're getting ready, I hear you put them on. It always cracks me up.
Yeah, I love those podcasts, dude.
I gotta finish my beer too.
Yeah, I mean we're about there, man. We can wrap it.
All right.
Well, that was fun.
Let's get watching Blowout.
Let's do it, man.
So we're going from Roadhouse to Blowout to more serious movie, but very good movie.
I'm very excited to watch it. We've been talking about this for like a month now.
We've been talking about it for longer because I've mentioned it to you before in the past, and I always thought you'd like it because of the sound aspects. So that's a little sneak peek.
No, I'm very interested.
right off the bat, you're going to be interested in and this is for the audience as well. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out before you listen to the next podcast, because the opening scene is so cool. You're like, what the heck is going on? I thought this was about a sound guy. And then like when it hits you, you're just like, oh, that's so cool. Yeah. But I love this movie. Quentin Tarantino loves this movie, so we're watching it on his birthday, I guess. This is the movie that made him cast Travolta for Pulp Fiction, which we all know how we both feel about Pulp Fiction after that one episode.
Would you go as far to say that's kind of serendipitous? You know, hey, we're watching this on, you know.
That's pretty cool. That was not planned for that. It just so happened to happen.
All right. Well, let's do it.
All right. Everybody, remember
to beer happy. Well, that was weird, bro.
Peace.
That was good. That was weird, but good.
That was awesome.
All right.